So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, and we will start class with a sit. And taking a moment initially to connect to the ground. Notice where your legs, your feet, your glutes are making contact. Notice where there's space. Maybe feeling the temperature of the room, your clothes, any smells or tastes, lingering tastes. And then finding the awareness of your breath. Feeling the intake of oxygen coming in through the nostril passages. Expansion of your lungs, and then the release out. Feeling the expansion of your ribs and your lungs. And then the contracting, the deflating. And relaxing your forehead, shoulders, feet, glutes. Anywhere you might be holding tension. And keeping with this focus on your breath. Trying to sense it three-dimensionally. Feeling it in the back, the side, the front. I apologize for that. Get a lot of scam calls. And if your awareness is pulled out, redirecting it back in. It may be an external noise that draws you out, but it may be something in the mind also. I know when I create quiet for myself, sometimes that is when the mind amps up the most. So giving it the space to do what it will, and your job is to just notice what's going on and turn towards it with non-judgment. You don't have to fix anything. And then redirect your attention back to your breath. And slowly begin to invite some movement back into your body. And find your way into a pose on your back. We're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch. And it's still pretty early on in the day, so you definitely can leave some room in between your pelvis and your heels. You can bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. And we already did a little bit of a physical awareness practice. So noticing the environment, what's going on in your body, taking it in with the senses. We've already tapped into the rhythm of the breath. and even talked a little bit about mindfulness and just being in this class for 30 minutes and using it as a practice to be embodied and aware with what is going on. And there's always this moment where I narrate what's going on in a mindfulness practice or how to practice this non-judgmental awareness. And it's something that I like really struggle with. Like, it's definitely not an easy practice. And so it's so easy to kind of just, I don't want to say dictate because I don't like that word, but it's easy to talk about, but it's much harder to put into practice. So giving yourself credit for even trying this on and for incorporating it into your daily routine. And gently over the next few breaths, close the legs like you would close a book. Plant the feet on the ground. And then move the right ankle on top of the left thigh, coming into a supine pigeon, figure 4. This may be a good place to hang out. You may want to roll the right ankle clockwise, counterclockwise. Or you can choose to interweave the fingers at the base of your thigh, or perhaps on top of your shin. And you can also, if you'd like, to add another layer, press the right arm into the inside seam of your right leg. Last night I taught a ball and socket joint class with Veronica, which really focused on the hips and the shoulders, and somehow my hips are still, like, I feel like they just contracted back all overnight. So getting into the hips early on in the day. Noticing here too, if the foot is flexed, if it's kind of relaxed, and how that affects the sensation going on in your hip. And then from here, placing the right foot down, switching the feet out, bring left leg up and over right thigh. You can interweave the fingers again, wherever it seems appropriate. Finding your edge this morning may not be the same edge you had 6 months ago or even last week. It can be affected by how much water you've drank this morning or last night. Day's activities yesterday. So just noticing where you're at. And then releasing the left foot down. And coming into kind of the foundation for bridge pose. And it is very early on in the day, so be gentle with the spine. But I'm going to invite us to move through a flowing bridge. For a flowing bridge, soles of the feet are on the ground, planted, and arms can be down by your sides. And on an inhale, we're going to press the pelvis up and also send your arms up. So inhale for bridge pose, pressing the feet into the ground, lifting the pelvis, tucking the tail, arms go overhead. And exhale, plant the palms, untuck the tail. And continue, inhale, bridge. Doesn't have to be your full range of motion. Doesn't have to be full activity in the legs. Just kind of getting into the spine. And continuing your own breath movement, inhaling to press up the pelvis. And exhale to sink it back down. Maybe you change the pace. Maybe you invite more activity with each time you do the flow. And then we'll just do it one last time. And hug the knees in towards your chest, coming into Apanasana, Apana. It's kind of like a cannonball shape. And then choose if you would like to rock and roll up to a seat or if you want to roll off to one side. To rock and roll, it's nice to have a really cushy mat. I know for a long time I really didn't like doing it because my mat was too thin. It may just be preferable to kind of flip over and come into a tabletop, stacking the shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees. neutrality in your spine. And from here, we'll engage the Ujjayi breath, the upward victorious breath, gentle constriction in the back of your throat. Inhale for cow pose, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And exhale, cat pose, press the palms into the mat, round and tuck. And continue, inhale, cow pose, tail up, gaze up, chest up. Exhale, cat, press, tuck, round. Inhale, cow pose. And exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. You can flow your own breath to movement. This is a really good time to start to engage with the language of your body if you hadn't already. And maybe starting with a scan, noticing where your awareness stops and it's like, ooh, actually I would love some extra attention there. So it might be in the shoulders. You might want to hood and shrug your shoulders. Maybe the hips are calling for more attention. Could be something unrelated to the torso. It might be the toes, the feet. And then over the next few breaths, we'll come back to a neutral table. Inhale to tuck under your toes. And then exhale, press back to a downward facing dog. Hips high, heels low. There's no rush to get here, especially if there's something you were working out in the tabletop form. And after arriving in downward facing dog, pressing the hands into the mat, especially your knuckle mound and through the index finger and the thumb. Inhale, come onto your tippy toes real high. And exhale, bend your knees a lot. And then feeling palms press into the mat, how this activates your arms. And also the lengthening of the vertebrae, the tailbone going up towards the ceiling. And sticking with the sensation, and letting it follow you through your whole practice. You can let the heels drift down. Coming back to the Ujjayi breath, inhale in through the nose. And exhale out through the nose. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold, ragdoll. Feet are hips width distance. You can grasp for opposite elbows or interweave the fingers at the base of the spine. Maybe you want to go for a shoulder expansion. Sometimes it's really nice to bend the knees generously here so you can feel the chest just flopping forward. Your ribs touch the thighs. And then releasing any grip that you've chosen. And choosing your feet for sun salutations. You can choose to toe heel them to touch, or you may want to leave some distance in between to create more stability in your foundation. Either way, you invite a bend in your knees and then slowly unfurl your spine and come to standing. When you arrive at the top, you feel nice to roll the shoulder blades back a few times and coming into Samasthiti, same and equal on all sides standing pose. You may pick up your feet or your toes and then plant them back down just so you notice all four corners of your feet. And then finding the palm line. Sometimes it's nice to imagine kind of a cord coming through the crown of the head, going down the spinal cord, shooting out through the feet. Heard the metaphor of a golden cord described before. Maybe it's more interesting to think of it like a portal or something. You can paint it however is most useful for you. And at this point in class, I like to leave space to set intention. Your intention can be anything. It can be to be at attention through this class. We just had a new moon. Maybe you are working on like a New Year's goal or like a fall goal or what am I saying? Winter goal. It can be an I have statement, really whatever you're trying to cultivate into your day-to-day existence. Inhale, breathe that in. Exhale, release it out. You can keep the eyes closed, or you can choose to pop them open. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, sweep the arms up, pausing here, pressing the feet into the ground, activating your legs, tapping into the bandhas, Uddiyana, Mula Bandha, relaxing your shoulders. Inhale to find length in your spine. And with the right hand, grab the left wrist, face the left palm up. Inhale to find length. And exhale, side body bend towards your right, looking to bring the right side of your torso close to the iliac crest, the tip of your hip, feeling the compression on the right, the lengthening on the left. Inhale, come to center. Switch the grip of your hands. And exhale, side body bend towards the left. This is lateral flexion in the spine. And come back to center. Inhale to find length. And exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine the sternum up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, hinge the hips, side down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset the spine, lengthen. Exhale, top of the push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Pause here, pressing the palms into the mat. Actively, option to come down to knees or forearms. And turning towards the heat and intensity that is being generated with this pose. And acknowledging that you are more than capable of being in physical situations that may bring up discomfort, or, for me, when I'm in a situation that's challenging, I tend to make it very dramatic mentally. So just noticing patterns. Inhale here, and exhale, release, lower, come all the way down to the belly, flatten the tops of your feet to the mat, and keep your hands near your ribs, and then we'll flow through a couple rounds of Cobra Pose. Inhale, Cobra Pose, lift your head, neck, and chest, a little snuggly in the hands. Exhale to lower. Inhale, Cobra Pose, pressing tops of the feet, pressing the pelvis into the mat. Exhale to lower. And this last time through, if you want to attempt 2 fingers and have the elbows point up towards the ceiling, you're welcome to do that. Inhale, Cobra Pose. Exhale to lower. If you've tented to fingers, bringing them back by your chest. Inhale, table. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, sending hips high, heels low. And we'll go ahead and flow that breath movement twice more. And actually, I know that both of you know Sun A super well. You're very familiar. So I'm going to cue us through the next one. And for the third one through, flow your own breath to movement, so you can really get into the flow of this practice and tap into the fluidity that can be created with a vinyasa practice, going as fast or as slow as you need to. Just giving you a heads up right now. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, move there, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, rise with your breath, sweep your arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine your sternum towards the ceiling. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, top of the push-up, Dandasana, staff pose. Pause here. I'm going to cue us through traditional chaturanga vinyasa, and you can choose to do that with me or switch it up. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down, halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, pressing tops of the feet into the mat. Legs are lifted, heart is pressing forward. And exhale, press back, downward facing dog. You're welcome to skip vinyasa flow. You're welcome to take them from your knees, do cobra. There are so many good ways to practice that flow in the class. And it can change as the class evolves. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. And so this next round through, I invite you to flow your own breath to movement. You know this in your body, and trying to kind of tap into that flow state, which can be really meditative. And we'll meet back in down dog. And through back in downward facing dog. Reconnecting to your breath. Feeling the tilt of the ribs. Noticing how the lungs are filling up and then releasing the relationship with your diaphragm. How the breath can be so conscious but also so easily forgotten. And connecting back to Ujjayi. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out through the nose. Inhale, right leg lifts. Reach, extend right leg behind you. Exhale, scorpion dog. Stack right hip over left hip. Can roll the ankle clockwise, counterclockwise here. Take some rotation in your femur, ball and socket joint with your thigh. Inhale, three-legged dog. Reach, extend behind. And exhale, step it through. Low lunge, feet are on separate tracks. And taking a moment to be grounded. You might have to pick up that front foot to get it up there. And from here, we're going to flow through cat and cow lunges. You're welcome to tint fingers or use blocks. Inhale, cow lunge. Dip your back knee, shine your chest forward. And exhale, cat lunge. Rock your hips back. Work towards straightening that front leg. Doesn't never have to get all the way straight. Rounding through the spine, tapping into the sensation in the belly of your hamstring. And then we'll flow. Inhale, cow lunge, dip your back knee, shine your chest. And exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, drop your back knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the chest and sweep your arms up, coming into this grounded form of crescent. Inhale, find length. And exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine the sternum up. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, open twist towards the right, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back. Right ribs twisting towards the right, left ribs twisting towards the front. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, plant the palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under the back toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, up to the front. Exhale, step to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen. Exhale, two fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, fierce pose, awkward chair. Plugging the weight into your heels, sinking the weight into your hips. Tapping into the curvature of your spine, tailbone is flaring, heart is lifting, hands can be at heart center or in front of you. Inhale here. Exhale, release, forward fold. Let the intensity of that sensation go. Inhale, halfway lift, reset, lengthen the spine. And exhale, send the right leg back. So your left leg is forward this time. And if you like to use blocks to flow through cat and cow lunges, you're welcome to join me, or you can tent to fingers. Inhale, cow lunge, dip your back knee, shine your chest. And exhale, cat lunge, marking your hips back. Noticing if your hips kind of have gone towards one side or not, bringing them back to neutral. Releasing any tension where it doesn't need to be held. And coming into a sensation where you feel at ease, but also very grounded and stable. There's definitely structure and a container upholding you, uplifting you. And we'll continue flowing breath to movement. Inhale, cow lunge. Exhale, cat lunge. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, drop the back knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift the chest up, sweep your arms up. Coming into this grounded form of crescent. And exhale, cactus the arms, baby back bend, shine your sternum up. Take a moment to feel the broadening of the collarbones, the clavicle. Inhale, Urdhva Hasana, or sweep your arms up. This is not Urdhva Hasana. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. Feeling the twist in the body, in the chest. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, plant your palms, frame your front foot. Inhale, tuck under your back toes. Exhale, engage your back leg. Inhale, left leg lifts.
Reach, extend left leg behind. Exhale, scorpion dog, left hip over right hip. Taking any free movement you need in the hip socket here. It's a ball and socket joint. It has a huge range of motion, just like the shoulders. So taking in that motion doesn't have to be the same repetitive motion over and over again, which I have a tendency to do. Inhale, three-legged dog, reach, extend. And exhale, let the left foot down on the mat. Inhale, come into a tabletop. And exhale, let the hips sink off towards one side. Coming down to a seat. And then coming down to your back. And we'll still class out here with a twist and Shavasana. So lying on the back, you can bring the knees in towards your chest. Extend the left leg out long. Hug the right knee in towards your chest, feeling the compression there. Right knee head towards right armpit. And then with the left hand, guide the right hand or the right leg towards the left. Right arm goes out like half of a T. Gaze can be up, gaze can be towards your right fingertips. Gentle, supine, rinse, twist. And bring the right knee back towards center. Hug it in towards your chest. Send the right leg out long. And then hug the left knee in towards your chest. Switch them out. Feeling that compression. Might feel kind of nice, so give it a little extra pull. And then with the right arm, grab the left leg, send it towards the right. Left arm goes out like half of a T. Gaze can follow your fingertips or gaze can be up. Just avoiding any extra tension in the neck. And if there's any residual tension or even like anxiety, I actually like to suggest you like flick it away with your fingers, kind of releasing it off you. And then bring the left knee back towards center, hug the right knee in towards your chest, give it a good squeeze. And then release into Shavasana, final rest. Let the limbs come down. You're welcome to take Shavasana on your side, on your belly. Anything that is going to feel suitable for you in this moment. And I'll let you know when it's time to come up and out of the practice. And you're welcome to stay in Shavasana as long as you need. I'm going to stick to the 30-minute time frame, so I'm going to invite you up and out of the practice. If you'd like to invite some movement back into your body, gentle movement in your fingers, maybe some wiggling of your face or your toes. And then let those subtle movements become more loud, more noticeable, more amplified. Bring the arms above you like you would stretching early in the morning. Hug the knees in towards your chest. And choose if you want to roll to the left or the right side. The right is going to be more associated with activity and brightness. And I want to use words that I'm trying to avoid in my life. Urgency and productivity. It's the solar side. And then the left is going to be more associated with lunar qualities. So it's going to be more mysterious, intuitive, reflective, more restful, and maybe using this as an opportunity of how
You can incorporate these aspects into your life. You don't have to get tied to either direction. Using the bicep like a pillow. Generating gratitude for doing this practice that is so powerful physically, really connecting to the body early in the day, tapping into the mind, cultivating that discipline of mindfulness, and then honoring the lineage of this practice, going back to India with its roots there and all the wisdom texts and the really long line of practice that this practice comes from. And also honoring the ancestors of this land. I occupy the unceded ancestral lands of the Coast Salish people, Squamish people, and present-day Lake Washington, Hatchu-Apsh people. And we'll meet with hands at Heart Center in the Andre Mudra. This gesture, it represents non-dualism, coming together of oppositional forces where they meet at the heart, and perhaps the depth in between the relationship that those two opposing forces may have. And bringing hands from Heart Center to third eye, strengthening connection between your heart and your mind. And bowing forward to seal in practice, honoring the whole self, both the luminous and the more shadowy aspects. Peace and thank you. Thank you so much for starting your day with me or continuing your morning, depending on when you got up.
Thanks, Greta. You're the best.
Thank you.